So one of the other things I didn't mention earlier, but in terms of VC investment 101, liquidity event is how you an exit basically is how you realize gains in an investment. So that could be a share purchase, acquisition or takeover. It could also be a company going public, an IPO, direct listing, increasingly becoming part of the conversation as well. Peter, I'll put this question to you, given the fact that we do have some, albeit just a couple, but some startups starting to take on more of this national security business. We're certainly seeing companies that are staying private for longer, but whether it's SpaceX, whether it's Palantir, which was started in 2004, are these companies, or Palantir specifically, is this a company that will go public? And I guess, is the time frame in terms of one of those exit strategies the same, or is it elongated when you're talking about defense?
I think it's super elongated in Silicon Valley generally at this point. This is sort of an enormous shift that happened after the 1990s, where the 1990s and the dot-com bubble, everyone tried to take companies public, put them on the stock market as fast as possible. And then, in the aftermath, you want sort of very profitable businesses that are at significant scale. There's a lot more regulation around having a public company. And so I think there's sort of, I think in general, it has gotten elongated tremendously. It's probably not quite as urgent for companies to go public. There's plenty of capital available on the private markets to fund these companies over the years. But yes, there's for both SpaceX and Palantir, there's ultimately some kind of IPO exit at some point in the future. You can create liquidity programs for early investors, for employees. So it's not as though everybody's had to hold the shares for 15 years since the company was started in 2004. But I think I always think one of the challenges with taking companies public is that you can sort of think it's always this danger in a tech company for it to become too overly bureaucratized. And in a public company, the accounting people, the legal people become far more powerful, and you can sort of think of it as like a sort of a coup by the accountants and the lawyers. And so if you're still like innovating very fast and very hard, you may want to try to defer the point at which that coup takes place.